just getting started on another off-season trail training course, training for the Barkley Fall Classic, of course. And it's December 24th. Merry Christmas. And a beautiful day coming here. It was about 32 degrees when I left the truck. I'm going to go out on these trails that I know well and try to get some miles, time on feet, and so hopefully a pretty good amount of vertical gain and loss. And that's what I'm up to today. Take a minute here before I get serious about running. I'm going to run this thing today, so I'm just getting started warming up with a walk. 2 days ago I decided that a good off-season training challenge for myself would be to see how many days it takes me to get vertical gain equivalent to Mt Everest, so about 29,000 feet. So I'm 3 days into this. 2 days ago I ran pretty hard on a good hill called M Hill here in town and got 1,800 feet in that day. Yesterday I was gassed and only got about 200 feet vertical gain. So I'm at 2,000 vert, and I'm hoping to get 1,500 to 2,000 more today. We'll see how I hold up. So I'm heading that way. Steeper than it looks, of course. Now that I've gained this ridge, it's becoming very obvious to me that I'm overdressed. I knew that going in. Even though it was 31 degrees when I left the truck, and I'm only about 2 miles from the truck, maybe 400 foot vert. I'm going to head down now and go find some more hills. But that's a lesson that I've learned when I was younger, that, you know, if it's a morning run or a morning race and you're not freezing in the beginning, you're probably overdressed unless there's going to be wind. But on the other side of that coin, a beginner tip is you can always take stuff off, but you can't put it on if you need it, if you leave it at the truck. So it's not a bad idea to have something like I'm going to do now, take off, wrap around my waist, and continue. So there's my beginner tip for the day. So that was a couple of minutes well spent, so that I'm not getting just soaking wet, because I sweat like a fat man. I'm telling you. It's a wonderful day. Probably better if you found a turkey, huh?
What's that?
Probably better if you found a turkey.
Probably be a little bit better.
Yeah. The only turkey you're seeing right now is me, right? Have a great day.
You as well.
Just came down. That kind of rugged terrain. Saw those two turkey hunters. And now I'm continuing down for quite a ways yet, because how do I know that? Because I've been here several times. So then when you do get to the bottom, then I will go up. Now that I hit the bottom of that considerably long downhill stretch, right up here there's going to be a real long uphill stretch that I haven't even went to the end of yet. I explored it a little bit when I was training for Pikes Peak, but today I intend to go further than I did before. So that's what's up next. Real nice area. I know that this is going to go up pretty steep for quite a while, and hard to get away from airplanes, but oh well, we live in this world. The thought that just occurred to me is, in my Mt Everest challenge, at first here in the off season, I'm just going to keep track of how many days it takes me to get to that 29,000 foot mark. on vertical gain during my training, because this is kind of the off season. It's December, but I got to do this because the Barkley doesn't care if I'm out of shape. So then after I accomplish this, of course, it'll be like when I used to run for time on marathons. I will keep track of my PR and of course try to beat that. So let's go do this. If any of you that are training for the Barkley Fall Classic want to join me in my Mt Everest challenge, that'd be terrific. Just put a comment in the comment section of this video and kind of let me know how you're going. Kind of fun. Running back to get the camera is sort of like, well, not really like, but it's sort of like supersizing a drive-through meal. I get to supersize it because I got to go back and get my camera. I'm going uphill about 11 minutes. Not steep, but up. The thought comes to me that, well, my legs are mentioning to me that 2 days ago I did a lot of vert, and that being 71 years old, maybe I need to pay a little more attention to recovery time. But the thing about needing more recovery time is that, yes, that's a good idea, but the Barkley doesn't care if my legs are tired today. So I have got to just get with it and keep pushing. So this is where I turned around last time when I was training for the Pikes Peak Double. So down that trail is where I have not been, and my own personality, anybody who knows me knows that I have to go over that next hill and around that next curve, and I had to cut it short here that day because I really needed to taper for that important event. Today it's beautiful out. I'm probably an hour and 34 minutes from the car. I should probably turn around based on many things, but am I going to? Hell no, I'm going that way. Even though I've never been on this trail before, I know exactly where I'm at. I just don't know where it's going to come out. I've been over in trails on that side of the ridge a lot. Stood on top of that red rock that shows there many a time. There's trails that go, and that's probably how I'm going to end up going back, which is going to be an all-day sucker. Because if I keep going up here, it's going to be a long ways to the truck, but that's what we came out here for. So anyway, I know right where I'm at. I don't know exactly where I'm going. So let's do this. Came from there. Kind of at a crossroads. Not gonna go there. I do know exactly where I am. And golly, if I was looking for uphill, that was the route to take, because ever since I came out of that bottom, I've been going basically uphill for about an hour. I say about because I lost like 10 or 15 minutes because I accidentally shut my watch off as usual, but who cares? I'm working for the vert anyway. So if I go that way, I'll end up that way. It'll take me to Norris Peak, and then I'll have to loop around and come back. If I go that way, I'll go downhill and then head back. I think I'm gonna suck this SIS Sports gel down and push it a little and go to Norris Peak. So I've got that going for me. Just about to Norris Peak. Alright, we're gonna summit this thing and head back. What a great day. I don't know how much vert that was, but it was either a boatload or a buttload. I'm not sure which is more. I think boat is more. I don't know. So here we are on the top of Norris Peak. Terrible filming, I know. That's Harney Peak. Down there's a valley I've been in a lot of times. There's some people living down there. I think this used to be either a radio tower or a fire tower. There's the footings for the tower. There's my footing on the footing. I've been out here too long. So what my next move is, oh, and this is cool to look at, and then I'll get going, because most people will never make it to this point in the video, but that's okay. I own it. This must have been some sort of living quarters for people that my theory is, the people who did the fire tower lived in this little, what used to be a cabin probably, or not, I don't know. I make things up. It's my story, and I'm gonna make it up as I go. Now what we're gonna do is go down this really cool trail and head back to reality. It's a long ways from here though, so let's do this. Supersizing and fall on my face maybe one of these days right on camera. That'd be special. Now if anybody's watching this and you have some idea what these rock piles are all about, what the relevance of them are, you could put it in the comments for anybody else that's curious. Now I get the joy of going down here. I decided to take a left instead of a right back there because this trail never used to be here, and of course I like to go on new turf, plus it's kind of cool. I'm sure it'll get me to where I'm going. Geez, this is cool. I better pay attention though. It's just up there. Now we're going down there. This section of the run is just kind of a neat little strip right in here. It's also the section of most of my long runs that I actually got to talk to myself about. I say to myself, you have got to be careful, because you're going to be running downhill a lot, and when you're running downhill tired, you could get hurt. But this is a really neat area here. Look how cool this is. Now we're going to go down. I got to do that thing I said to self, because it could be. I decided to take a left instead of a right back there because this trail never used to be here, and of course I like to go on new turf, plus it's kind of cool. I'm sure it'll get me to where I'm going. Jeez, this is cool. I better pay attention though. It's just up there. Now we're going down there. Really nice valley. I was up there a little while ago looking down at this. Fantastic training grounds. I'm 17 minutes into this long, fairly steep uphill run. I have been running the entire way. What I call running. This is running. Okay. Rather than power hiking it. Now, on race day of the Barkley or the Black Hills 100, as far as that goes, I probably won't approach a hill like this. What I'll do there, because I think I can do it almost as fast and much more efficiently, is power hike it. But in training, I do these things for my physical and mental fitness, so that I can remember that I could walk up this, or I could not even do this, because the Barkley doesn't care. Getting near the end of this long uphill push, it's a good hill. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to summit this. The summit's right there. And then mosey on into the car a couple miles more. On the home stretch, I'm just gonna cruise this fairly easy section on into the truck, maybe a mile to go. So, like, overall overview of this workout, very happy with it, especially considering this is supposed to be what I call the off season. Got, it's going to be well over 4 miles on my feet. I don't know how much vert. I'll have to look that up when I get back. I got to learn. My son gave me this Garmin watch. It's called, I think it's a Garmin Forerunner 235. I got to figure out if I can get the vert reading, because that's what I'm going to spend most of my time tracking. I'm not going to worry about miles. I'm going to worry about time on feet. That's important. But my vert, since this is the beginning of my first Mt Everest challenge, when I get back, I'll of course look up my vert and include it here somewhere. So back to the summary. Really good day. Who in the world? It's December 24th in South Dakota. I don't see any snowdrifts. Well, I'm really happy that I was able to get up on these trails, because I know they aren't going to be clear like this all winter. But anyway, it was really a good day for weather. I'm really encouraged about my performance. Probably did too much for this time of year, but that's okay. It'll give me a chance to do something that I'm not very good at, and that is practicing recovery. So that's that. So now, until next time, remember, whether it's outdoor adventure or just life in general, it's out there, and let's go get it.